So you were able to do that for a length of time. But then as you got older, the moment seemed to, how you used to cope couldn't work anymore, so you had to move on to higher, deeper things to be able to cope with it, and then that didn't work, so then you moved to the next thing. And so what we're looking at is those moments, that the reason you had to check out. Now, we're going to do our best to help you by letting you help heal yourself using these tools, because you'll need them when the most darkest times, when people can't be available. But if you stay consistent on wanting to release these habits and to release why those habits came into play, then we can, you can keep calling in and we can work on them slowly. But you have to be dedicated on your end. Now, they're saying you had to check out because what was happening to you was too abusive for your mental state at 4 years old. And you did not know...
4 years.
Yeah, whatever it is that happened at 4, it was when it first was marked.
Okay.
Okay, whatever the first incident of, whatever it was, you're like, I can't cope with this, okay? And they said that you became very bashful. You wanted to close yourself off. So do you know what it means to feel bashful?
Well, I was a shy person, I know that. I was a shy person, but I kind of now, I don't know, the more I'm learning that these things in my life that happened, it's not my fault, and I'm not going to let the family make it look like they're the victim because they can't understand. No. And the more I'm learning that, the more bashful and the more outspoken I am. But like you said, yeah, back then I was very, quiet, very timid. Just
timid, yes. Now, if you write down the word timid, bashful, especially the word dislike, and you write those down, you are now going to have some key words that helped define for your 4-year-old self, oh my God, this is what I don't want. So you have to become, you dislike this, you become timid because that's the result of what has occurred. And how do you, so you know what it feels like to be shy. On a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being, oh my God, yes I do. Now, when you look at these words and you scale them, and the highest number means, oh my gosh, yes, that's true, what happens is that you have to keep this energy alive. So you got to keep this energy building up. Now that you know the scale, you can actually disrupt it and bring it down to 0 so you're not feeding that anymore. Meaning, whatever it was that knocked you off center, some of the repercussions or some of the consequences was that I am shy, I dislike this, I'm bashful. And if you take that energy away...
I'm ugly, or I'm nobody.
Yes, good, write those down.
People talk bad about me because of what I did.
Yes.
Because of this, but I don't... Yeah, and that has been helping because I no longer listen to it, don't be around the negativity.
Right, and that's good that you knew how. I got my little saying,
whatever anybody says negative about me bounces off of me and bounces back onto them.
Yes.
I just try to stay positive. I'm just trying to figure out, exactly. Well, I believe I know why I'm here, and I know what my reason is. Now the point of it is just doing the work and not getting on the wrong track.
Yes. Now, we're glad that you understand that, and great positivity, because that's helped you cope up to this so far. Now, we want to get rid of the foundation. We want to take that crap out of your life. We want to file away the hells that happened, and we want to take the emotion off of it. That's why I said if you look at how you know, if you feel ugly, the way they talk to you, all of these, and you write all those down, put on a scale from 0 to 10, and you use the healing tools to really get the number down to 0. And you'll as you look further, you'll say color too. Yes, we represent everything with color because we're using the left brain and right brain. What we're telling you is to write down certain keywords, give it a color and number, and then use the healing tools and let the process of the body help you heal. The biggest one that's going to help you really release these addictions or these foundations that cause you to have addictions would be hope therapy. So again, you would go to mwreveal.com, look under healing tools. There's many there.
Yep.
M is in medicine. W is in woman. Reveal, REVEAL .com. So it's mwreveal.com, and you'll look for healing tools on the left-hand side, and then there'll be a list that drops down, and you'll find Hope Therapy, and you'll find Meridian Tapping, but you can look at all the rest as well, because so the Hope Therapy thing is watch the videos. I'm going to give you a code that you can use in order to help you, because when you use the Hope Therapy, you're going to go into the emotions, the thought process, and you're going to let your hells, just because they haunt you anyway, you may as well use a healing tool to conquer it.
So write down when she gives you the code, write it down, and then you watch the video, and then the code will make sense.
R2S.
Okay.
R represents the right wrist. Number 2 represents the pulse point, the second pulse point on the wrist. And S represents you're going to put your thumb on it soft. So R2S is you're going to hold the right wrist, second position soft, and your finger's going to go in the palm of your hand, and your palm, your right palm, is going to go on your forehead. You're going to think, because in this energy field, this healing tool, it's about obsession, despair, stifledness, nervousness, what about me, disgust, feeling other people's crap. It just becomes, all of these things come popping up in your head, and they're gonna come and hit you anyway, because it is a form of addiction. So you may as well go ahead, and anytime you feel, even if you feel good, that you all of a sudden you feel this nervousness. I can't tell if you get it in your stomach first or where you get it, but start tracking how your body uses a strategy to get you to use. If it feels like it's in your stomach, then use the healing tool, the treasure chest. Okay, there's actually a treasure chest healing tool, and when you start feeling it in your body, pull it out. You can use sensory system healing tool as well, because you're going to start playing with how you know this. So if the addiction feels like it's inside, you start to pull it out, and you put it in the treasure chest. So you literally are going to say no, but you're not going to drive yourself crazy. You literally will start with the Hope Therapy and your hand on your forehead. What's going to happen is that when you start to think about all of it, we should probably tell you the process. In your forebrain, there is how you create reality. It is also how the addictions, the phobias, the way you do anything, is how you do everything, will come up.
Electrical signals.
All of that in the forebrain will pop up. When you're in stress, 80% of the blood leaves your forebrain, but those electrical signals get stronger, and you start focusing on one specific, and it start going crazy. But if you're using Hope Therapy and your hands on your forehead, while this is all happening, the blood comes back up to the forebrain and starts washing and swishing and disrupts those electrical signals, so that you can stop creating your reality that way. The thinking, the overthinking of the process will actually burn itself out, and your body will start to let go of the negative emotions, and your brain will start to file away those memories. Instead of having them own you, you'll start to feel more of your natural self.
It's interesting, because I keep, over and over and over again, I keep getting the image of a swamp. Like this negative stuff that's been in your reality, that's been your story, has created like this swamp and this stagnant. And now with these healing tools, what happens is that all of a sudden you start washing and cleaning house, and all of a sudden the sunlight can start to break in to that. I don't know why, I just needed to share that. That's what I saw.
Okay. So there's a lot of things that we can help you with, but the first thing is to help your thoughts break that obsession of the thinking and then the feeling. Again, look through all of the healing tools. They can all benefit you, especially like the Wayne Cook energy. When the energy start to get scrambled, that's when your body says, oh my God, I gotta go feed this addiction. I gotta go take care of this. Because what it's doing is going, oh my God, that moment that threw me off center, that moment is coming back. I can't ever let that moment come back. That's why we scramble. That's why we go to the addictions, because we don't want to go to the original thing that threw us off center. So,
it's a distraction.
Yeah, so the addictions are a distraction, so you don't have to go through that hell again. And what we want to do is we want to help you calm things down. And because a lot of times, like again, with the 41 thoughts per minute we have, when you're doing this healing tool of the Hope Therapy or the meridian tapping of disrupting the signals, you're literally tapping not on what you're consciously thinking, but you're also hitting the deeper levels of your thoughts, the ones that actually control you. And, you know, so have you been clean for a certain length of time, or have you just started, or how is it going?
Well, I just started. I kind of, put everybody in their place and let them know that, there's going to be some changes.
Good.
And, the changes are going to be me, and I, don't care about the garbage that they got going on. I don't care about the negativity.
Good.
They talk about me. I don't care about the blaming. I'm not doing the things I used to do. I'm taking my life back. I'm taking my energy back.
Sounds
and,
good.
I've been trying, I'm a little spiritual. I know, a little bit of things, but I don't work on it like I'm supposed to. I try to declutter, I do the candles, got the crystals, the praying, writing down things, burning things,
Well, here's the thing. Another
the
thing
universe,
about
the water. I try to do it all, but, I don't meditate. And I pretty much, I just, I stay to myself, and I kind of don't want to stay to myself. So I call in, I talk to you guys so I can get some clarification. And I kind of want to, get out into with group meetings with other people. That'll start making me feel good, and I can move forward to my purpose.
Well, I
want to ask a question. What does
Yes.
grounded mean? How do I get grounded? What does that mean?
Okay. What right now, because of the experience that it threw you off center, that moment of the hells that threw you off, it causes you to become ungrounded energetic-wise.
And agitated. It's like when you start bouncing your leg and your nerves don't know what to do with it, and it's just an agitation.
It's like you can't communicate with the earth. It's like when people get up into the airplanes, it actually separates them from the earth, so they become ungrounded, and so the mental and the emotional and the physical all get disturbed. That's why people get jet lag and all these other things. But when there is no airplane to cause it, except for a specific experience that causes you to feel ungrounded, you have to heal the issue. But we can't quite get there, so that's where I would say, go out in nature, walk on the grass. There is oils.
That's why she got the fairies card, the earth elemental.
Yes, that's true. Like you can get some oils like Valor, VALOR, if you're into smelling the young living oil.
Essential oils.
There's tools like certain stones can help you be grounded, and there's other little things that can help. Maybe we should do a segment on how to ground. Breathing, the rhythmaticness of breathing. So many breaths in, and so many breaths in, like you count to 5 breaths in and the 5 breaths out. And if you can increase, you can go 5 breaths in, hold for 5, breathe out for 5, and then keep processing.
Someone in the chat room said petrified wood
is very good for grounding. You can put that in your pocket, your bra, anywhere. Make it into a necklace, because your thymus, which is the chest piece, is very important for your immune system to communicate with the earth.
And any red, brown, or dark stone helps you ground. Like I'm thinking of red jasper might be a good grounding crystal.
That's true. Hugging a tree.
You said that I just pulled out my red jasper too.
Oh, good job.
Wow.
Good job. But yeah, like I told you, go barefoot with the grass, but hug a tree. Allow yourself to get connected with those energies, because you have to understand that's not the enemy. The enemy at the point was the incident that threw you off, and it caused you to become disembobulated with your surroundings, your environment. There's a meditation, Living in the Heart, by, it's drum roll Melchizedek, but don't ask me to spell it. But anyway, what it is that if you can just start entering in this space of your heart, like for instance, just start breathing in rhythmatically, and what you do is you start thinking about outside. You think about Mother Nature. You think about your favorite place. You think about the mountains or the flowers or what it is. And once you start feeling that love, then you put that love the same amount, make a replication, put that love in a sphere, put it in a ball, and send it to Mother Earth. And as you're sending that energy and you're feeling that love, Mother Earth will send you energy back and help ground you. You will feel it come to your feet, or you'll feel it going into your body, but you can actually create a connection.
It's like a tethering cord.
Yeah, it's like a tethering cord. And you can allow yourself to actually start noticing that Mother Earth has always been there to want to cradle you, to help you through those rough points as you be just a human.
And there, some people in the chat room are saying someone wears a hematite ring, and that hematite is great for sucking up negative energy, and
Yes.
it breaks, and it often breaks once it's gotten full of goobers.
Oh, that's why my hematite ring broke.
Yeah,
It was done.
Yeah, I broke a few. She said I could finally sleep once I got my ring. Magnets help. Also.
So there's a lot of ways to help ground yourself. Now the reason why I suggested a smelling oil is because your brain is the one that sends signals to the physical body. It sends signals out into the world. And when you bring, like my husband, when we were doing a show, somebody had just called, aggravated him, and he couldn't process it while we were doing the show. So I told him to smell Christmas. The oil is called Christmas. So he took and smelled Christmas, and what that does was to bring back the joy, because he was in a state of joy before that phone call.
Right.
And so this Christmas, that smell brought him back to a very joyous time, which helped calm him down. Now, if they had an oil that said bread, that yeast of bread, I totally would be always grounded.
Oh my gosh, bread baking. Oh,
That's what all it, yes, you know what I mean. It takes you back to a certain part of your brain, a memory that will help you stay calm, happier,
and it's
healthier.
interesting because the olfactory lobe in the brain that processes the smell is also where memories are stored.
Exactly. So, I would suggest.
And somebody's saying obsidian also.
Oh,
might be helpful.
yeah. There's a lot, like I said, a lot of stones in itself. If you have a lot of negativity, then citrine. Definitely put a lot of citrine. If you have a lot of negativity, or I should say, people come and they leave their goobers.
Kyanite, put it around the doorpost.
Especially with using your intention with kyanite. Use selenite. Selenite absorbs and cleanses itself. You literally can allow yourself to pray over your areas as well. So there's a lot of things you can do. The first thing is that we have to get you to realize that you're loved, that Mother Earth loves you, that you, if you can start feeling stable, or that you feel that somebody loves you, gives you that stability, gives you that support. And again, it's not about a person, because like you said, well, I could go out and get a man if I want, but you already know it's not about that. It's about that.
You're working on yourself.
You're working on yourself.
You're dating yourself.
You're dating yourself. And the thing is that you know it's about you. And you need to feel safe with you. And if you can feel Mother Earth giving you that security that we all crave, because the first thing that throws us off is the fact we don't feel secure anymore. Mm-hmm. But if you can start creating that, then that'll give you support you need. So no matter if you're in a building, you know that Mother Earth helped create that building. You know that Mother Earth can come through that building and just say, I got your back. You know, literally you can feel that love. Okay, so there's a lot of things we've told you. So that means go back, listen to the archives. Or we even have it on video, so you can even watch us. We'll get it up in a day or so. There's a lot of things that you can begin to start to do, because when I quit smoking, I didn't have all of the tools I have now, which I wish I did. But depending on whatever your addictions are, like for instance, like I said, I smoked. I ended up using a homeopathic to take the chemicals out. And that means I had a machine, which I still do, and I make them for people. I had a person bring in their cigarettes, and I had put the cigarette onto the machine, and we made a homeopathic. So you had those specific chemicals that you're used to having within that cigarette. Your body can start detoxifying itself by, I used Chemex, and a homeopathic, as well as Chemex, I think, from Hanna Kruger brand. And those were capsules from herbs, and your body can start to take and detox, okay? Because smoking is that addiction energy within itself, I alternated. I took American Eagle cigarettes with the brand I was smoking, and I would alternate the bad ones with the ones that were a little bit better because they didn't have chemicals in them. And then finally, after a week, didn't have to have those other chemicals because I was taking the homeopathics to clean that out. Then I just had to deal with tobacco. So then I alternated between that and cloves.
Then the habit of
Yes.
lighting up the cigarette, of having the coffee with the cigarette, or going up to the bar with the cigarette, because those are all habits that we start putting in the brain.
And so what I did for those, I would always just start tapping. Now that's where the meridian tapping you can find on our website. And I would just start tapping and disrupting those signals. Because like when all of a sudden let's say my kids are bounced around and they're being agitated and I wanted to have a cigarette, I would just start tapping, literally. And what would happen is that it disrupted the signal so my brain didn't have to recreate that moment. So there's all these little things you can do. If you need herbs or vitamins or minerals or, in this case, homeopathics that will help you break it, there's the soul pathics that I make to help people.
Awesome.
But now, real quick, what I'd like to do also, because because we're almost done talking to you, and you can call up anytime. You can even call in tonight if you wished as well. We have a different phone number because we're on a different station. Now, I was going to look up in my big book of everything, I swear, addictions. Now, let's see if I can find it real quick. I would assume this book has it. And I'd like to see what their perspective is.
Addictions.
Desperately seeking Susan. They are feeling terribly separated from the source, their higher self, or other people in the world. They are therefore looking for God in all the wrong places. They are starved for union and merging experience with a manifesting magnificent obsession for getting high, or getting closer to that safe space. See, for me, that's what I would be saying, is that you'd be the safe space. Now, I'm going to look for something specific about you. It says, love substitute. They're looking for the love in the wrong places as a function of feeling the undeserving of love with the resulting abandonment anxiety. It arises from the early emotional ambivalence and neglect or rejection from their, maybe, parents or guardians. So,
yep, that's exactly right.
Okay, now because of that statement, you could actually start doing a meridian tapping. Even though I feel neglected from my family, I deeply, completely love and accept myself. I feel rejected from my family, I deeply, completely love and accept myself. You can even do it down to a specific person. I feel rejected from my mother, but literally you can go in and...
Or I feel, even though I feel ungrounded.
Yes, even with that, the helping with the grounding. Even though I feel ungrounded, I deeply, completely love and accept myself. There's a lot of things we just gave you. I don't like to overwhelm you too much, but you have support. You can do this. We know you can.
I learned not to put myself down. I learned not to call myself names anymore.
Wonderful. Awesome. See, you're on the right track. You're getting
Right.
it. The energy's coming to you. Things are happening. So, again, stay connected with us. We can work together. I know I don't feel like you have a lot of money. That's why I want to say try to call in as often as you can so we can help you. But if you're seriously wanting to move forward, which it sounds like you are, then there's a lot of help we can help you with.
And
Just
check out the healing tools.
really apply the healing tools. When you're ready, apply them, because when you do, you're going to create yourself to be in a very much wonderful state. You'll get to where you need to go, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, dear.
Thank you for calling.
And stay in contact.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay, take care.
Hey, become friends with us on Facebook so you know when the next time we're on and what stations, so that you
Okay.
just...
Well, I recorded you too, so.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
I got
Thanks.
you.
All right.
Because there was a lot said.
All right.
Okay.
Stay blessed, dear.
Take care.
So
Thank you.
We're going to
Love
take...
and light.
Love and light, sweetie. Take a quick little break. When we come back, we'll have a Skype caller.
Caller, you're on the air.
There you go. Hello.
On the air, in the air, and what's the phone number for the other show?
It is 989.
989-945-0287.
Yes.
That's a Skype
Well, right
number.
now, that's what I wanted to know, and then I just heard the promo. I said the number's not on there either. So
We should put that on there.
You know what? We should probably put them-
989-945-0287. Sepia
Yes.
Radio. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
How you all
thank you.
doing?
Great. How are you? Been seeing you around Facebook.
Yes.
You
I-
can see me around. I'm up around the way girl, you know.
So how is things going as far as the getting that preparation to getting you launched in the direction you need. How's that going?
I would say I'm in the bow, I am the arrow, and I'm aimed right at my target.
Excellent. Well,
Whoa.
let's find out where did my cards disappear to? Oh, they're over there. Hee hee hee. All right, so let's find out, are you in the waiting room? Are you sculpting? We're going to find out where you're at. So let's see.
I am sculpting, so that's appropriate. And I did go to the Emerald Tablets, and I was on the same page as you. So I did go. I took your authoritative command.
Oh. So what did you think about them?
I thought it was, I didn't read it all, truthfully. I didn't,
Right.
know. But I knew that it was the same vibration that I was coming from. And that's what I took from there, to make sure that we were on the same page.
Yes.
And the names were connected to the kinetic vibration. As a matter of fact, the Emerald Tablets and Kemet and Egypt, I mean, it's the same, the essence is of the oneness of that feeling and thought process and elevation of consciousness and being able to do some extraordinary things. So that's what I got from it.
Good.
You were on it.
Okay, so they're saying that you're in the waiting room and you're getting prepared to be launched, but don't worry, just sit back because it'll feel like a nothing space to some degree. But I drew the card, the dry desert. It says, dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is the time to become resilient and adaptable. And that is the 5 minutes before your miracle will occur. You could create chaos.
This isn't working. Oh my gosh, I've done all this stuff and fine, I don't want it. And all of a sudden they're like, ah!
Right, and we do that because it's part of those old...
Impatient.
Well, it's all that caught at nucleus. It's all those fearful memories that are asking to be resolved because it knows the part it's supposed to play. So, just be patient. You'll get it. It says, is your life presenting you with opportunities that seem to yield nothing? Means all of a sudden you have ideas and you take them and, nothing happened. Or you have ideas have dried up. I can't even think about a good idea. Does it feel like you're on the endless journey through a dry, hot, lifeless desert? And it feels like it's forever getting there. This card reminds you that there are times when you are meant to become resilient as you journey through harsher circumstances. So you're in preparation mode. Not preparation H, but you're in preparation mode. Sometimes they laugh humor. It says here, you are being required to conserve your energy until after consistent effort you'll reach the oasis you're searching for. So you're creating a habitual habit of knowing that there's certain consequences or certain outcomes, certain things that you have got to train yourself for, that, hey, this is good, this is that. You're learning to live in expectancy that way when stuff comes your way you won't be shocked. So you're learning to be in that preparation mode so that you can get rid of the learning curve. So you're going, oh my God! No, you're like, oh, that's part of the learning curve. That's part of it. And so you will then move to the next level. It says, then you'll level up. Consider the creatures that live in these conditions. They have adapted to thrive in spite of the outer environment. Now, it doesn't mean you have to adapt, which means live and learn and have to be stuck in this position. It just means that you're that good that you can flow in and out and knowing how to use your resources to be at a wonderful state, no matter where you are.
I'll go for that.
What's that?
I said I'll go for that.
Yes. It says, in a desert, water, essential for life, can be found deep underground. Go deep within yourself now. Find your truth there. Let spirit sustain you while you locate the real source. Whatever it is you're asking about will not be found in the conditions you're in until you move past the surface of things and choose to do the real work and discover the answers deep within you. This may not seem like the most productive time, but looks deceiving. This is a most important place to find what's truly right for you. So you are in that preparation. You are learning what you don't need, what you need, and watching those thoughts. Jen, what did you get?
I got the Diamond Dreamer And when he arrives, he represents the successful manifestation of the unseen into the material. Be sure you truly want what you think you desire, for this ally will commit to getting it for you. All manner of conditions will flow around you. Messages from Spirit will serve to guide you toward achieving your heart's desire. If you want a house, you'll be led to it. If your priority is a new job, with the right continual steps, you will achieve this. If you desire a more harmonious relationship, the measures needed to create this will be obvious. A project finally pays off. Material gain and positive financial shifts may also be on the way. You will, indeed, see the tangible results of your ambition. The Diamond Dreamer also serves to guide you to the appropriate choices so that the unseen is awakened to move mountains on your behalf. Positive communication is now possible in all your relationships.
Okay, so what is your takeaway on that?
Well, dream big.
Yes.
Dream wisely.
Yes.
Dream with the wisdom of Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that patience is important,
Yes.
and that I have whatever I need, knowing this within me, and just go in there and get it.
Yep.
And do what I want to do.
So
With Spirit.
learning to do synchronicity. We've talked about this many times on the show. So we would like, how do you do synchronicity? Do you do synchronicity?
Oh, I'm sure I do.
Okay.
Are you asking me about a particular technique?
Yeah, do you have one?
To think, well, my way, it works for me. I synchronize as I feel, as I'm guided. What's coming to me is a piece of a pendant that I made 7 years ago, at least, when gold was not as expensive. It was a gold-filled piece. And it might have even been longer, but I never really, it was okay. I made it. I put it to the side. I've made numerous, hundreds of pieces of jewelry, maybe thousands since then. And I waited until one day the piece said, I'm ready. I put it together with some other things, and it sold.
Yes.
That would be a way of my synchronizing, not trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together all at one time, because for me it doesn't work that way
Exactly.
all the time. That's really what you were telling me. Now, sometimes the puzzle is not ready to be finished for a
Exactly.
long time.
So every day.
That's synchronized, and it works for me that way, doing things like that. Because when I try to put it all together all the time like that, it doesn't flow. I get stagnated.
Good.
That's what you were saying to me, Brenda.
I like the image of the puzzle because sometimes we get impatient. We want to finish. And I don't know if you've ever done this. I have in my life where this looks like it. And you just start jamming and forcing that little puzzle piece into that space, even though it completely does not belong there.
I think it's funny. Synchronicity. What they would like you to do is the moment you wake up and say, thank you, angels, for arranging my day. Thank you for arranging the synchronicity of, and then whatever your goal is. If your goal is to teach what it is that you need to teach, thank you for arranging it so I can teach this. And then pay attention to the synchronicities that line you up, and there's usually more than one, to get to that goal. And whatever it is in that moment, whether you need to prepare, you need to educate, you need to go and hug the tree, you need to do something, you will make those moments stand out like a sore thumb, and you will know, just like you already know the pattern and you have the pathway in your head about how you do your synchronicity. Now apply it to your goals, apply it to whatever it is you need, apply it to all daily life, and what will happen is you will learn how to surf that flow of abundance, or the surf that flow. Because if you don't really have anybody else in your space, you will be able to dedicate more of that time to what it is that your purpose and goal is. Does this make sense?
Of course.
Okay, so they're just saying learn how to surf and constantly do this every day. And the surfing with other people, or putting two people on a boogie board, that is where the universe is really saying, okay, people, we need to wake up and learn how to communicate in all ways. That's what they're really trying to say. And if you can get this down pat about how you can flow in and out, you will be able to flow in and out of people's lives properly, knowing when to go, when to stay, and when to help. And so you don't overdo yourself and say, oh, I'm over concerned, or I have to do more. No, you'll know exactly when enough's enough. Because
I love that.
when, I don't know if you bring a person into your space that demands your attention, but I feel like you can't help but bring people in that are kind of high maintenance.
I have had a pattern of doing that.
Yeah, and they said that it's been calm for a while, but you now have to go back and to face what needs to be addressed and healed and resolved some more. Which means this pattern could get picked back up, and because your soul is saying it's time to address it. So as far as creating the core to bringing...
Or address the people that have the needs.
Well, the high maintenance people, they need that, how do I put it? They need to run away from their life, and when they step into yours, they feel wanted. But what happens to you is that you feel needed and you help out, but you want to run from them because now you're taking on their grief. Because they're not really processing out any issues. They're just, oh, I want to be around her. Oh, I like this attention. Oh, I like doing this. Oh, what can she help me with? Oh. And these people can just not really look like, those people actually don't think they have any issues. How's that?
Yes, those are like those people that, oh, I'm so positive. Oh, life is so great. And then you listen as we're talking, blah, 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 blah. They don't, what issues? That's a magazine.
Now, I don't know if you happen to draw people in that also say that, or they'll say, no, everything's good, but yet they got to have your attention because they can't survive without certain amount of your attention. Does this all make sense?
Yeah, I have been known to attract that type of person and to give them love.
And it's great that you can, but they stay in their hells and they don't want to resolve it because they don't see it as an issue, but it's part of that comfort zone safety. But yet they know they need you. They just don't know how.
It's interesting because I had these people, oh yeah, you should come over to my house and hang out. So I'd go over there, hang out, because I wanted to be around them. I like my friends and all that kind of stuff. But it was like, it was just like, oh my gosh, I'd come out of there just so bleh and drained from being there. But they're like, oh yeah, you should come over and hang out, because they need something.
Right.
But they don't know what they need, and you're so loving and have that energy, and I did too, that they're like the people, oh yeah, that's how I get my power.
So what they would like you to do is notice how you want to run from them.
and that's there's truth there too. It seems to me as though I'm in the process of adjusting my vacuum cleaner and to what I'm bringing in terms of that, because with each one I have given them, such as yourself, tools, and much of, in my love, giving them things that would, if they choose, could help them. And some choose not to, some choose to. And I no longer, my dream, my vision for my life as Jen was saying, you know, be careful what I wish for. And what I'm calling in is not to have those experiences any longer, because I'm changing the channel. I no longer desire that. And if they choose to be with me, then I welcome them on a higher vibration. That's where I'm at.
Okay, so we're going to have to wrap it up, so I'm going to give you a quick little healing. What we're going to tell you is this. What happens is at 3 years old, you have the signature of people that were at great sadness. At 4 years old, you said, oh, I'm so fed up with this, I want to run from them. I cannot handle this anymore. So what happens is this pattern pops up that you want to run because you can't, you feel attacked by their energy to some degree, or you feel like you distrust, or you feel yourself being drained, or you start to lose and fall off the wagon, and you start to become helpless or hopeless like they are. And there's a part of you that's like, oh my God, I don't want to become that. So you're going to do R2D, Hope Therapy. Your code is R2D. And you're going to think about all those things that you just are so done with that energy. And what happens is that I want you to say, not because you want to run, you can say, I'm done with that energy, I want to run, but you're also wanting to say, I'm done with that sadness. I'm done having, because now imagine yourself being that young little girl going, I have people that are just sad around me and I don't want to be around it. And literally start allowing yourself to feel it, and your body will start to process it. But right now it's stuck. And it causes you to be in a particular loop. You'll feel the falling down period of where things start to change, and then you get the picking up period about, oh yes, new something rebirthing. But the process of creating that succession of having yourself move forward and having great success, it fails to get there because you're doing a loop of when you were a little girl. Okay?
I got it. I thank you. And the phone number is 989-945-0287. And what time is that again?
8 to 10 Eastern.
Yep, Eastern Standard Time, 8 to 10 p.m., okay?
All right.
So we'll look forward to you. All right, bye-bye, dear.
Thank you. Take care.
And
You too.
And we're, namaste. We're just about out of time, and that goes rather quickly. We thank you for being here, and we will be here on Blog Talk Wednesday from what time?
7 to 9.
7 to 9. Are you going to be with us, or are you going to be gone?
Gone.
Okay, but it'll be with Scott and me, and we're just as good. And, of course, we will miss Jen as she does her thing, and we will be on from 7 to 9. Blog Talk, please. Tonight is Sepia from 8 to 10. So anything else before we go is make sure you're making a choice based on what you want, but not by what other people influence you. I dyed my hair red because it was my choice, not because somebody said, oh, you would look good, or you look terrible, or because I had met somebody and they go, oh, we didn't like your hair. Well, before I'd want to change it. Well, I don't have to, because I realize that they're just not used to it. So when you look at a man, they have a beard, you shave it off, they look really funny. But when you get used to them, you don't want them to put that beard back on. So it is that change of getting used to that new environment, new situations. So Jen, anything in the last 10 seconds before we
Thanks for all the listening.
All right, so
and supporting.
We have our outro, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.